Right now, preparing for protests. Demonstrations are planned for the state capitol. What Madison police are planning.
Plus, a miracle procedure at UW Health. How a friendship from high school saved a baby's life.
And a little bit of a break in the precipitation this morning, but light snow is still in the forecast. All the details coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Friday, January 15th. It's a special day here for us on the morning show. We're celebrating 30 years on the air.
Yeah, all morning we're looking back at some of our favorite moments from the last 3 decades, and there are a lot of them. But first, we need to get to the roads right now after some overnight snow. We are on the live drive, and we've had team coverage all morning of the road conditions. Photojournalist Mark Schilling is live on the roads right now. Now, we have seen mainly wet roads, but some of those neighborhood stretches have been a little slick. There might be some slushy spots out there, but mainly this morning we are looking at a pretty decent morning commute. It could have been a lot worse, so we're thankful that most of the road conditions are just wet after the city of Madison did a lot of pre-treating over the last couple of days, so we can thank them for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at my maps right now. This is the First Warn winter road conditions map, and you can see around the Madison Metro where you're seeing those blue lines, that is slippery stretches, but up to the north and west. The pink lines represent snow-covered roads, so again, we're looking pretty good here, and if you are making your way towards Milwaukee, they've got good driving conditions with the green lines there. We have been keeping an eye on that crash in Dodge County this morning. Highway 19 closed in both directions near the town of Portland. Obviously, quite a few delays ramping up on Highway 19 because of that crash, so keep that in mind. You will have to route around that. Madison, though, looking good. Just your usual slowdowns in the downtown area. Beltline, Interstate, and Stoughton Road looking good at this hour. And your drive times on the Beltline, we're moving above those posted speeds. That's your First Warn traffic. Now, Hattie McLean is here to track your First Warn weather forecast, and we're still dealing with a little bit of freezing drizzle this morning, Hads.
We are, Josh. So we're not out of the woods just yet. And now as we head towards 6 o'clock this morning, I'm starting to get some more snow reports in, so I'll update you as I get those. Some of the heaviest totals are coming out of southwestern Wisconsin, and that's where we still have winter weather advisories in effect this morning. They have been allowed to expire or been canceled early for south central Wisconsin, so no advisories lingering for Madison or Rock County or Janesville or Milwaukee. Blizzard warnings continue, though, for parts of Minnesota and all of western Iowa. Take a look at Doppler track this morning. That's where the snow is. We are really in kind of a dry spot here across southern Wisconsin. The actual center of circulation with this storm system is very close to us, so that's why we're kind of drying out for the time being. Can't rule out some flurries or some patchy freezing drizzle, though, as we go through the day today. So keep that in mind. If you do have to drive, there may be some slippery spots in any untreated surfaces. I mentioned that light snow is going to return to the area. It happens tonight. So tonight into Saturday, we could see up to about an inch, maybe slightly higher totals for southern Wisconsin. So nothing major, but again, we're not done just yet. Might have to clean up the driveway once again tomorrow morning. Here's a look at your weekend forecast. Saturday will start with some snow, but it should wind down to just flurries later in the day. Temperatures will hold steady around 33. 28 is the high on Sunday, with still a chance for some lingering flurries. We are starting out again at 32 here in Madison. In the Dells, it's 31, but Janesville is 34. Our future track forecast model shows you that temperatures really are going to hold steady through the day today. Gradually, our winds will shift around to the north. Again, scattered flurries or a little bit of freezing drizzle possible today, but look for some bands of light snow to move back through the area tonight. Again, probably happening after dark tonight with that light snow spreading through the area. It'll come to an end on Saturday. Our extended forecast takes temperatures again to the highs in the 20s starting on Sunday. So we're cooling it down a little bit, but not much. Again, this is mid-January. We could see much colder conditions this time of the year. Some of those extended forecast models are really cooling us down, though, as we head into the last week of the month.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. 6:04 now. Washington is preparing for a scaled-down inauguration on Wednesday with warnings of potential violence. Thousands of National Guard troops from across the country are headed to D.C. to help keep the peace.
Meanwhile, lawmakers are also preparing to focus on President Trump's impeachment trial. CBS's Deborah Alfarone is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
These National Guard members left Peoria, Illinois on Thursday, headed for the nation's capital.
It's definitely a lot different than what my friends are doing.
Bridget Wood is a freshman at Illinois State University.
You get excited to do it, but you also get nervous because you never know exactly what to expect.
Following the deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol, the FBI is warning of more potential violence in the coming days.
We are seeing an extensive amount of concerning online chatter.
As a precaution, President-elect Joe Biden, known to travel on Amtrak between Delaware and Washington for decades as a senator, has scrapped plans to take the train to his inauguration.
Playing a vital role here.
About 21,000 troops will be stationed in D.C. for Wednesday's event. Vice President Mike Pence thanked those already in place.
We're going to swear in a new president, a new vice president. We're going to move our nation forward, okay?
Inside the Capitol, lawmakers must work out the details of President Trump's trial following his impeachment by the House. The Senate says it won't start on Inauguration Day.
That's Joe Biden's day.
At least 17 Republicans would have to join all 50 Democrats for a conviction.
I believe this president violated his oath of office, and I believe there must be consequences to that.
I don't think that it rises to an impeachable offense.
More than 100 rioters have been arrested, and officials have identified twice as many suspects. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
Now, the country bracing for possible protests in the days leading up to the inauguration, but Madison's interim police chief says as of right now, the department is not aware of any specific threats to our city.
With that being said, we work very closely with our state and federal partners to maintain knowledge, situational awareness of the latest intelligence and informational assessments that those agencies are coming up with. We are in regular contact with them, and certainly any changes that we hear from them will cause us to adjust our response accordingly.
Chief Wall says the department is aware of a planned protest on Sunday. They'll be on hand to make sure things are done legally and safely. Earlier this week, the FBI put out a warning about potential armed protests at every state capitol in the country. Governor Evers has mobilized the National Guard both to the state capitol and to the U.S. Capitol to help with security.
As precautions are being taken at Wisconsin's Capitol in anticipation of potential protests Sunday, Attorney General Josh Kaul is warning against violence of any kind. Windows are already boarded up, and Governor Evers has authorized the Wisconsin National Guard to assist Capitol Police. Kaul doesn't know of any specific threats to our Capitol, but does encourage people to stay away from that area in the days leading up to the inauguration.
They're there to protest peacefully. That is a right that we'll make sure to protect. But if people are there to engage in violence or destruction, they should expect to be prosecuted.
Kaul says this is an evolving situation, though, and encourages people to follow updates from official sources.
A person claiming to be responsible for recent vandalism in Neenah has apologized in anonymous letters. Police posted photos on their Twitter account Wednesday. Letters to both the mayor's office and Peace Lutheran Church indicate the culprit was a military veteran. The letter to the church said, quote, "I lashed out at the wrong building. I'm a good person. Please forgive me." The letter to the mayor blames President Trump for inciting last week's Capitol siege. Police also posted a surveillance image of the person spray painting political messages on the church and school. They say they still need the suspect to come forward.
If you want to get updates from President-elect Joe Biden leading up to next week's inauguration, and you want to do it on Twitter, there is a new account to follow. It's at Pres-elect Biden. That's the account that went live overnight. On there, the president-elect writes, "This will be the account for my official duties as president." At 12:01 p.m. on January 20th, it'll become at POTUS.
UW Health is sharing the story of a miracle baby this morning, shortly after Lucas Hogum was born in August of 2019. He was diagnosed with a virus that attacked his liver. He was in need of a life-saving organ transplant. The family posted an urgent plea on social media, and they received more than 100 offers from around the country, but none were good candidates. Finally, though, Lucas found his match in his mom, Jenny's former high school classmate. She came forward to donate part of her liver, even though she lived in North Carolina.
A friend of ours from high school, someone who we hadn't spoken to in probably 10 years, reached out to me. I remember getting the Facebook message and going in the lobby down the hall and her saying, "Jenny, I think I'm going to be a match. I think I can save your son." And I was just in complete shock.
Look at that little guy. Lucas received his liver transplant 1 year ago yesterday. He's believed to be the first pediatric patient to go through the transplant while still having the active liver virus.
What a miracle. What a miracle. 30 years of News 3's morning show. Wow, there have been so many laughs and memorable moments over the years, and we wanted to share one of from our very own Susan Simon, who was on the show for 10 years.
Want to see my very first anchor picture ever taken?
This is great.
I can't believe I'm going to show you this. 1988. Here we go. Which camera? 4?
Number 4.
Can you...
Susan Simon on the news.
Look at that hair. Look out, Diane Sawyer. Here I come.
Oh, man.
Boy, so many incredible moments that were captured over the years. Chris, you got to sift through all those, even talk to the folks who made News 3 Now this morning what it is today. We're going to show all of that coming up a little bit later on in the show.
You think you would have had hair like that, Leah, if you had been like growing up back in the late 80s?
You know, I've had some pretty crazy hairstyles. I've had white blonde hair. I dyed it dark at one point. You should have seen my parents' face when that happened, my news director's face at that point too. But I haven't had the big Susan Simon hair quite yet. Give it some time.
I bet Hattie had some big hair back in the day. Maybe, I don't know. Am I right?
Oh yeah, in the 80s, it was all about the big hair, Chris.
Awesome.
All right, 6:10 is your time right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at your first warn traffic maps this morning as we are waking up with some slick conditions out there. We have been keeping our eye on this crash in Dodge County this morning that has Highway 19 closed near the town of Portland. Be sure to route around that. We are seeing some pretty significant delays near there. The rest of Madison, though, looking pretty good. Just our usual delays out there. Wet roads mainly, but don't be surprised, there will be some slick spots out there as we take a look at Dane County. No other major incidents to report. That's your first warn traffic.
6:11 now coming up. Christina Laurie is sharing some ways to help keep your kids motivated during virtual learning.
And later, we'll continue to celebrate 3 decades of News 3's morning show. We'll share some more of our favorite clips from over the years. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
At Papa Murphy's, we make fresh pizza that you bake at home. Because home is where the fun is. Right now, get the Herb Chicken Mediterranean Pizza for just $9. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Medical bills. Missed time at work. Life-changing injuries. Household expenses. When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. But we've dedicated our personal injury law firm to help take this crippling burden off your back. Havish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. Keep a neighbor in crisis safely in their home during these difficult times by supporting and donating to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
Associated Physicians celebrates 75 years of caring, helping, and listening. Associated Physicians, devoted physicians, trusted care.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Hurry to get $7,250 in total savings on a built Ford Tough F-150 XLT at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. On air, online, and download the Channel 3000 First Warn app. Be the first to know what's headed our way. Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
We are back at 6:14, and we are on the live drive this morning after that overnight snowfall and freezing drizzle this morning. Photojournalist Mark Schilling is on University Avenue in Middleton right now, where we have been seeing mainly wet roads, especially on kind of the main roads across the city of Madison this morning and the Madison Metro in general. But do keep in mind some of those neighborhoods and some of those side streets could be a little slushy, could be a little slick. We'll have our eye on this throughout the morning. Again, that one crash that has Highway 19 closed in Dodge County, but that's the only incident to report at this time. That's your First Warn traffic. Now the latest on your First Warn weather forecast with Hattie, and as I mentioned, we do have that chance for freezing drizzle this morning, which could make things a little interesting, Hattie.
That's true. You never know when the roads may be slippery, especially if they're untreated. So be careful this morning. Take a little extra care. We officially added about an inch of snow overnight at the airport. So our total for this winter so far, 17.9 inches. Compared to normal, we're about 5.5 inches below that. Last year at this time, we had racked up 24 inches of snow. So we're a little behind that as well. We're not done with the snow from this particular system. While it looks relatively dry here across southern Wisconsin this morning, outside of some flurries or maybe some patchy freezing drizzle that is occurring, our chances for snow start to increase again tonight. So we will see a little bit more snow from this system. Temperatures are in the low to mid 30s right now and will hold pretty steady through the day today. Winds are from the east around 5 to 12 miles per hour. Here's a look at your bus stop weather forecast. Again, keep in mind it may be a little slippery this morning. You'll want the layers. It's kind of a damp cold outside today with that patchy freezing drizzle. Temperatures will hold steady through the day. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll update you on some of the snow totals. More numbers are coming in as we speak.
All right, thanks, Hattie. So the Janesville School District is canceling all classes next Friday, so all 1,300 employees can receive the COVID-19 vaccine. In a press release, the district says the Rock County Public Health Department is allowing the region to move to Phase 1B, which includes school district employees. However, in a statement to News 3 Now, DHS officials say teachers are not currently eligible for the vaccine. The department says they'll be following up with vaccinators who are not following guidelines, including Mercy Health, which plan to administer those vaccines. So when local schools first shifted online back in 2020, a lot of parents and students and teachers, they were all caught off guard. They didn't know what to expect or how long it would last, but it's pretty safe to say that most families didn't anticipate it would last this long.
Christina Laurie joins us with some advice on how to motivate your kids for another semester online.
There's a lot we can learn from each other as our kids are learning from home. After many months of trial and error, you've hopefully found some strategies that are working for your family. Child psychologists say the most successful families are doing these 3 things to keep their kids motivated. First, find an incentive that keeps your kids focused and use it. Call it a bribe if you want, but psychologists say it is okay to do this right now. Tell your kids that if they finish their schoolwork, they'll earn extra screen time, a special dessert, or the chance to pick a movie for your family to watch. Just try to avoid giving them money or toys. Those may be hard to maintain financially. Second, be flexible and let your kids have a say too. Psychologists say that when it comes to learning at home, the most successful families are usually not the ones who are meticulously scheduled. If your son or daughter wants to ride bikes after lunch and finish their math homework later, let them. Allowing kids to have a say in what they're doing or when teaches them intrinsic motivation. Finally, make time for them to connect with friends. Maybe it's playing a socially distanced game of hide and seek or just a video chat while eating lunch. Kids learn a lot through social interactions, and these interactions will help them feel more normal too. So what's working for your family and what isn't? Virtual school can be just as stressful for parents as it is for children. Email us your questions and we will do our best to get them answered by psychologists, teachers, or other parents.
You can send in your questions to tips@channel3000.com or email Christina directly.
When you hear the phrase hot and spicy here in Madison, it's usually followed closely by cheese bread. That's why you know the bakers at Stella's couldn't pass up the opportunity to try something new and celebrate International Hot and Spicy Food Day tomorrow.
Sometimes you'll make something and it takes like 3 or 4 times, and one time you'll mix it up and try it and it tastes perfect, so you're good on the first try.
For the occasion, Stella's is launching 3 new products: a green chili apple pie with cheddar cheese baked on top, a Mexican chocolate pie with cinnamon and cayenne pepper, and a kicked-up version of its hot and spicy cheese bread with habanero pepper flakes and ghost pepper cheese. The new items are not only cheesy, but charitable, too. $2 is going to go to the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County for each purchase.
Hot and spicy cheese bread, a staple here in Madison. I'll have to check that out. Okay, 6:20 now. Today we are celebrating 30 years of our morning show. There have been so many characters on the show over the years, so here's an anchor team you might remember.
Susan Simon and Rob Starbuck.
Well, there is no doubt. Did you know that Rob was an Elvis fan, by the way? No doubt. You do a very good impression.
One for the money, two for the show.
You got nothing, baby, on this guy. Check out 2-year-old Finn Harrison.
Where's that kid? Let me see him.
Okay, that is absolutely hilarious. Rob was known for his humor, his levity. He was certainly a presence not only in our newsroom, but really in Madison for all of the years that he spent on that show. Chris, you got the chance to talk with some of these folks this week.
Yeah, I mean, I basically just arranged it all for them to get together because that's what I thought would be special. Looking back on the 30 memorable years on this show, Hattie has been around for a lot of those, 12 years on the morning show, and in honor of the 30th anniversary, you're wearing your pearls because that's what you're supposed to give on your 30th anniversary.
Yeah, I guess. Why not break them up for the 30th anniversary of the show, right? Rob did tell me he still has those Elvis glasses, although they are missing one of the sideburns, guys.
Oh, that's funny. So we're going to be showing clips like this all morning, so stick around and you'll see a reunion of a lot of people you'll remember. Coming up next, we're going to show you some rare behind-the-scenes footage of one of our own who's been here since the beginning.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobison.com to apply.
So, how's saving for the renovation going?
All done.
I will never understand how you do it.
Easy. She saves with BMO Harris. We give you a cash reward for every month you save.
So BMO will give me cash for saving money?
You bet.
Can the subject hold position 2, please?
How's this?
That's art.
That makes saving look good.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. Get a $5 reward every month you save $200 or more in a new BMO Statement Savings account.
Extended through January 15th. Join Planet Fitness for no enrollment. $10 a month, no commitment. 2020 is over. Start 2021 with tons of ways to get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. And spread out while you work out with cardio distancing and our new crowd meter. Plus, use our app to get moving anywhere. Your fitness is essential, so kick things off with the year's best deal. Join for no enrollment, $10 a month, no commitment. Deal ends January 15th.
5 Madison area locations. Sign up for $10 a month. Stop in today.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick 'n Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick 'n Save. Fresh for everyone.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash on a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid. Visit Toyota.com to learn more. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true.
That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to
go ahead and smile.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
On this day in 1991, News 3 started airing the first TV morning show in Madison. One of the anchors has some rare footage from behind the scenes, and it shows a young Gary Canelty, now our chief meteorologist, and we were lucky enough to get our hands on it.
There's Gary Canelty, my colleague and weather god, going off to, I don't know what do what. What are you doing?
I'm going to find the current temperature. That is Peter on the phone as we speak. Check the old temperature gauge here.
Okay. He never stops moving. It's
32.
So here's my question. You think that Gary is watching this morning thinking, yeah, I am a weather god. What do you think, Chris?
I don't know, but that's so Gary. I mean, it's so glad to see that Gary has not changed much in 30 years. What do you think, Hattie?
Yeah, right. It's totally Gary. Nice to see that old weather office, too. That was the same weather office that I started on working in here back 20 years ago. So great to see that old footage. Gary is always on the move, always thinking about weather, that is for certain. Let's get you up to date on just a quick peek at what's happening weather-wise right now. Just some flurries and light freezing drizzle this morning across southern Wisconsin. Main bands of snow are rotating around us as we speak. Here's a look at our pet walk picture. Max is all bundled up. Doesn't look like he's going to go for a walk today. 34 is the high.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Looking to update your flooring? Surgenians has you covered. Our experienced salespeople will guide you through the area's largest flooring selection so you can make the best decision. And Surgenians' reliable craftsmen ensure your flooring's installed right. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
It's time to pack your bags during Steinhoffel's Winter Getaway Sale. Get a 2, 3, or 4-night stay at any of these great hotels. Steinhoffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses for every budget. And right now, the entire store is 35 to 50% off. Plus, with Steinhoffel's special 60-month financing, your new room has never been more affordable. Get the new furniture your house has been asking for and pack your bags during Steinhoffel's Winter Getaway Sale.
Health researchers are trying to learn more about diseases like arthritis, cancer, asthma, diabetes. Join the All of Us research program to share your health information. With your partnership, they will learn more faster.
This is the big one, folks. The Brothers Maine Everything's on Sale sale. Get huge clearance prices on every brand in the store with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Only Maine delivers more satisfaction every day, like a risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee, giving you 100% confidence in your purchase. How's that for more? The Everything's on Sale sale with more selection, more savings, and more happy homes on everything now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. State-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant. The Lexus NX with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert, and Amazon Alexa compatibility. Standard. Experience the crossover in its most visionary form.
Lease the 2021 NX300 all-wheel drive for $359 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
a surprise party, a wedding proposal, an unexpected bonus at work. Some surprises are awesome, but this? Weather like this should never be a surprise. Not when you watch News 3 Now, where you get an accurate, reliable forecast, so you're never caught off guard by the weather. Need to get up early to shovel, add time to your commute, wear boots, rebook a flight? Let News 3 Now First Warn Weather give you everything you need to know so you can plan your life.
The plows have been out all night to clear the roads for your morning commute, but it's not the snow that could cause delays this morning. We're live on the roads tracking the latest conditions.
And protecting two capitals at once. The Wisconsin National Guard getting ready for protests in D.C. and here at home. How your local leaders plan to keep you safe leading up to inauguration.
WISC TV3, Madison.
Join Joe Champ and meteorologist Gary Canalti. This is News 3 This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Joe Champ. Thanks for joining us. In the news today, an off-road chase early this morning in Rock County. The debate over whether power lines cause cancer rages on. And in our guest segment, local reaction to the protests at the Wisconsin School for the Deaf. But first, we go to Gary Canalti in the News 3 Weather Center, who's going to bring us up to date on what we can expect in the weather today. Gary?
We're getting off to a cold start this morning, but we'll see another mild day today with temperatures close to 50, but don't get used to it because we'll see temperatures falling sharply as we head toward the weekend.
What decade is it again? You recognize some of those faces. That was the first day of News 3 this morning, back on January 15th, 1991. Today we are celebrating 30 years since our show first showed up on your TV. We're going to be celebrating all morning long with some old clips like the one you just saw right there.
And we got a bunch of former anchors together over Zoom and had them all walk down memory lane. Some really good moments we hope you enjoy this morning. That's coming up in the next 10 minutes.
But first, at 6:31, we want to get to our headlines at this hour. 35 plow trucks have been out all night across Madison working to clear the snow for your morning commute. But Hattie, it's not the snow we're worried about this morning, but some freezing drizzle.
That's right, Josh. We do have the potential for a little bit of freezing drizzle today and as well as some flurries. We're not out of the woods just yet with this storm system. I've been able to gather some snow reports, though, and take a look at this list. Burton over in Grant County, 5.5 inches of snow. DeSoto racked up 4 inches of snow. About 2.5 here at the station, 2 inches of snow in Beaver Dam. Just an inch, though, officially at the airport in Madison. So depending on where you were, some of those highest totals, though, coming out of southwestern Wisconsin. Weather advisories. Looks like that winter weather advisory for parts of central Wisconsin until noon has been canceled, but it still continues for the southwestern part of the state until 6 p.m. this evening. Here's a look at Doppler track this morning. Pretty quiet, relatively speaking. Now, you may not be, the radar may not be picking up some light drizzle or freezing drizzle, as well as some flurries that are occurring across the area, but the main bands of snow are well off to the west, across parts of southern Minnesota and Iowa, where blizzard conditions are occurring this morning. Strong winds and that snow creating visibilities near zero. Relatively quiet here for the time being, but that snow will return a little bit later on tonight. Our future track snowfall potential again shows the potential for up to around an inch of snow again tonight into Saturday morning. Here's a look at where we start the day today. Temperatures are starting in the low to mid 30s, 32 here in Madison and Mineral Point, 34 in Janesville. Future track forecast model shows you temperatures holding steady through the day. No major organized precipitation through the day, not until after dark tonight when we see those chances for snow start to increase across the region. And again, that snow overnight into Saturday may add up to about an inch for southern Wisconsin. Our extended forecast has temperatures then dropping back into the 20s as we head into the weekend. Our forecast has just some flurries on Sunday with a high of 28 degrees. The extended forecast looking ahead into next week, not terribly cold. We do have a couple of chances for snow, though, heading into next week.
All right, Hattie, thank you. 6:33 right now, and to our live drive where photojournalist Mark Schilling is out driving around the city. We've been all across the metro this morning, and we've pretty well been just seeing wet roads out there. This is a look at Mineral Point at this hour. There have been some slick spots and some slushy roads, especially in those neighborhood areas and those side streets, so do keep that in mind. All the main roads are looking pretty good as the city was able to get out and pre-treat over the last couple of days, but don't be surprised if you come across a slick spot this morning. Let's take a look at the first warn traffic maps at this hour. This is courtesy of the Department of Transportation. A look at your winter road conditions. Those blue lines are seeing much of Madison and points to the west. That's all wet roads with slippery stretches, so keep that in mind. Up to the north of the Dells, that's where we're seeing all snow-covered roads with the pink lines. And if you are east of Madison towards the Milwaukee area, that's where we're seeing good travel conditions at this hour, mainly just wet roads there. A look at southern Wisconsin. That earlier crash in Dodge County near the town of Portland was cleared within the last few minutes here, so we don't have any other incidents to report. Just a few slowdowns popping up in and around the downtown area. East Washington Avenue looking a little slow at this hour. Making your way to Dane County, we're moving at those posted speeds at this time, but for your impacts to travel today, I'm giving you the yellow light throughout the day because we will have those slippery stretches and with that chance of freezing drizzle and some light snowfall. That's your first warn traffic.
In today, new tires, four-wheel drive, and there were still some pretty slick spots out there. Take it easy. Wisconsin's National Guard will have to protect two capitals at once, the U.S. Capitol and Wisconsin's. The state's sending 500 troops to join the 15,000 others in D.C. for President-elect Biden's inauguration. But they're also working here at home. Governor Evers has called them to protect the state capitol over the next week. The FBI has warned all 50 state capitals of possible armed protests leading up to the inauguration. Investigators believe some of the people could be from extremist groups. Local officials are pleading for peaceful gatherings this weekend and leading up to the inauguration. The Badger State Sheriff's Association says they don't want you or your friends to be the reason they have to take action to keep the peace. Dane County Sheriff Dave Mahoney says authorities will always protect people's rights to assemble and protest, but asks that protesters do it peacefully. Madison's interim police chief says the department is aware of planned protests for Sunday, but Chief Wiaa says his department isn't aware of any specific threats. Madison police officers will be there on Sunday to make sure things are done safely and legally.
100 million shots in 100 days. That's the vaccination plan President-elect Joe Biden plans to introduce today. Biden has already introduced his COVID relief plan. That includes a total of $2,000 in stimulus payments, aid to small businesses and local governments, and money to speed up the COVID testing and vaccine distribution process. Now, despite the lag in distribution, Walgreens says it has some promising news this morning. The pharmacy plans to have 95% of its assigned nursing homes vaccinated by the 25th. Walgreens and CVS are working with the government to administer COVID vaccines at more than 75,000 nursing homes across the country. The CDC says nearly 5 million doses have been delivered. Only 1 million have actually been administered, though. Walgreens thinks it's because of some people's hesitancy to get the vaccine, but a union representing healthcare workers says it's just logistically difficult to reach all staff members when they work different shifts. Now, here's the latest COVID case count here in Wisconsin. Take a look. 28,000 people have active cases this morning. 2,700 of those cases were added yesterday. We've been up and down all week. This is more than what was added on Wednesday.
The CDC says schools should reopen based on how COVID is spreading in their community. But one Wisconsin school district is changing plans for a different reason. Listen to this. The Waukesha School District will bring middle and high school students back full-time at the end of the month. The district had a hybrid plan in place, but high school grades tanked. Our affiliate Milwaukee reports the number of F grades given out more than tripled in the first quarter. At one high school, the Fs are up by 440%. The district will get data within the next few weeks to see if these grades improved at all in the second quarter. New this morning, the WIAA is refiguring its basketball postseason divisions. The State Journal reports 6 Madison area schools have opted out because of the pandemic. They're listed on your screen. They're the only area schools not playing. So this means a lot of schools have moved up a division. For example, Beaver Dam is now Division 1. Edgerton, Wisconsin Dells, and Lake Mills are Division 2. Girls regional play is set to start on the 9th, with the boys tournament starting in about a month.
No news is good news for the Packers this morning. No other players have tested positive for COVID after Jared Valdir tested positive earlier this week. He practiced with the team on Tuesday, so there's a little bit of concern there. That doesn't mean the team is out of the woods yet, but it is a good sign before Saturday's playoff game. It's going to be a big game for the Pack, playing at home against the Rams for a chance at the NFC Championship game. It's also going to be the first time fans will be allowed into Lambeau this season. The team made roughly 6,500 tickets available to season ticket holders who had opted in. Fans will be required to follow the team's COVID protocol, though. You have to stay in a designated pod of seats, except to use the bathroom or buy snacks, and face masks will be required at all times. You can watch the game at home at 3:30 tomorrow on Fox. And today's your last chance to get in on the Packers' week of giveaways. It's Green and Gold Friday, so be sure to sport those colors to show your support. There will also be a virtual pep rally streamed tonight on the team's social media channels and their website starting at 6.
6:39 right now, and we continue to monitor the road conditions as you head out the door this morning. School delays coming in at this hour, mainly to the west of Madison. You can see them at the bottom of your screen, and of course on the Channel 3000 mobile app and channel3000.com. Up next, a check of your first warn forecast and the chance of freezing rain.
And we are reminiscing on the good old days of News 3 Now this morning with some of your favorite familiar faces. You're going to want to catch that. As we head into break, we'll take you into a look behind the scenes with the people who've helped keep us on air for all these years.
This is where it really happens. Here, in the director's booth.
Take the other camera. Come on, get over there. Let's do it. Come on. Come on, there's black over there. It's like this every day, every single.
$6 million worth of top brand home furnishings must be sold at Ashley Home Store. All furniture is up to 50% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. And interest-free financing for up to 3 years. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
At American Family Insurance, we've always protected more than what you drive. We've protected and supported the dreams that drive you. Right now, that means extending our 10% savings on auto premium for all current and new auto customers through March, so you can get a little closer to your dream. Whether your dream is discovering new roads and new limits, or supporting that dream. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Golden Cars is having a huge winter sale. Don't miss out on Dodge Grand Caravans well-equipped starting at $11,995 or $185 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2017 Dodge Grand Caravan starting at $11,995 or $185 per month.
Golden Cars is family owned and operated for over 50 years.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin. GobinCars.com.
$6 million worth of furniture and mattresses must be sold at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these. Plus, pay as little as $25 per month, interest-free for up to 6 years on luxury sleep systems. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
On the next Live at 4, a preview of M. Mocha's virtual 5K fundraising run. And backed by popular demand, Children's Theater of Madison relaunches the Goodwin Project. Our Michael Bruno goes behind the screens.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger to create a personalized news feed just for you. The topics you want, the day's top stories, and push alerts for breaking news all through Messenger. Learn more at channel3000.com.
Well, it is January 15th, and it's the 30th birthday of News 3 Now this morning. 30 years ago today, we went on the air for the first time. There have been a lot of memorable people being a part of this show over the years, and so we thought it would be fun to get the cast back together and take a little stroll down memory lane.
This is News 3 This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Joe Champ. Thanks for joining.
January 15th, 1991, News 3 Now This Morning officially goes on the air for the first time. It's the first regularly scheduled morning newscast in Madison, and Joe Champ and Gary Canalti were members of the first anchor team. What were you thinking as you started this new news program?
What were you thinking?
Yeah. Stop right there. What were you thinking?
We really wanted it to be something where people could just come in and sort of start their day. You know, so they could get some news, you get some weather.
You have some great footage from those early days.
Yes.
What was it like working with Gary?
It was.
That's a loaded question.
Gary is a funny guy.
Those right. Okay, you better go do your weather.
And he doesn't come across that way at first until you get to know him for a while. There's no one who could break me up more than Gary could.
So I am the one who came in then when the show went to an hour. We had a lot more, I don't want to say leverage, a lot more leeway. We were pretty sure that not all the managers were watching the morning show. So
we did all the news stuff, but we had a heck of a lot of fun.
This is the Rob Show. Okay, this is what I've always wanted.
There is something that happens to people when they work together in the middle of the night.
Here we go.
Oh,
she is hot.
Rob, for all of his accomplishments, will always be associated with Elvis.
You know that Rob was an Elvis fan, by the way? No doubt. You do a very good impression.
One for the money, two for the show.
We tease that we're your TV wives, right? We give you the, oh, Rob!
And three
of them right here.
Oh, and here I'm going to have a visitor from Geo. This is why I joined the morning show for 10 years.
You remember, Charlotte, the time that I just slowed down the car a little bit and picked you up in the middle of a huge snowstorm?
I literally hopped in there. Like, she threw the door open and I jumped in there and we just kept going. Like, you experience things on the morning show that you cannot in any other show, but really in any other job.
It feels like the seven of us started this, we launched this family business together. And now, like all families, we've handed it down. You guys are taking it to new and unbelievable heights. And I just feel proud every time I tune it in and watch you guys in the morning. I don't know, it's like we're always going to be bonded in that way. We're always going to be family no matter where we are.
So watching that, all I can think is, boy, are we filling some big shoes. Every single person on that Zoom chat is an icon in this newsroom, in the community. I mean, you're looking at Rob Starbuck. He is synonymous with morning news. And then we have Charlotte, we have Susan. This is who we aspire to be every morning, Chris.
You said it, and thanks to Joe Champ for that behind-the-scenes video. It was really cool to connect with him, you know, and hear like the origins of this show and why they launched it, and what they had in mind when they started it, and actually some opposition to starting this show. And to think if that wouldn't have happened, like all of those people became who they were because of this show. Incredibly lucky to be a part of it.
First morning show on the airwaves here in Madison. Hattie, you've been a staple 12 years now. I mean, everyone I run into in the community wants to know, is Hattie as nice as she seems on air? So we have to give you a shout out. We're so lucky to have a legend on the show right now.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's such a fun thing to be a part of this show. All of those people on the Zoom call mentioned how it becomes like a family feeling here on the morning show. And it really is. There's a special bond that's formed when you are waking up in the middle of the night and a part of this show. I'm honored to learn from so many greats in the business. Let's get you up to date though with weather this morning. You may be wondering what it's like outside. When you went to bed, it was probably snowing. Well, the snow has pretty much ended, but we still have some winter weather bulletins in effect for southwestern Wisconsin. That winter weather advisory still goes until 6 p.m. The main bands of snow though are well off to our west this morning. We still have some flurries and a little bit of freezing drizzle, but that's about it for southern Wisconsin right now. Light snow is expected to return, though, as we head into tonight. So we're not done with this storm system just yet. Temperatures are in the low 30s right now, and that's where we'll hold steady through the day. Not looking at that mercury moving too much, just a little bit of flurry or some drizzle activity through the day.
All right, Hattie, thank you. 6:48 right now. We'll have another look at the roads straight ahead in the morning sprint.
But first, it's January 15th. Who else is celebrating with News 3 Now this morning? Look, it's Brooks. Happy birthday, Brooks. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin. $6 million worth of top brand home furnishings must be sold at Ashley Home Store. All furniture is up to 50% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout and interest-free financing for up to 3 years. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
Complete your plumbing project with help from Menards. This 20,000 grain Water Boss water softener eliminates hard water, leaving you with softer skin and cleaner clothes. On sale for $379.99. Take advantage of your water softener with a new shower or bath. Max has more than 1,000 bathtubs, shower kits, and shower doors to add luxury to your life. Get this U-Tile Origin Shower Kit for just $2,098.96. Now during Menards Project Day sale.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
I think the biggest thing that Gruber Law Offices did was put me at ease, knowing that I had somebody on my side.
I felt that they were concerned about me.
They called me to ask me how I feel. How's everything going?
They didn't just care about what was going on with my case, but they actually cared about me as a person, what was going on with me, what was going on with my children.
At the end of the whole process, you felt like part of the family. It was one of the best decisions we made.
One call, that's all.
So I can get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements?
Yep, all season long.
And do I have to get the most expensive plan?
Nope, no plan restrictions.
Okay, but we have to trade in our phones, right? Right?
Nope. Keep your phones.
Did you say free phone?
Yep, the latest phone's free for you.
Okay.
Switch to US Cellular and get the latest phones free, available all season long with no hidden requirements. US Cellular, upgrade to fair.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Hurry to get $7,250 in total savings on a built Ford Tough F-150 XLT at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
The $6 million stimulus sell-off is now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save huge on top brand appliances, including top brand doorbusters like these. Plus special no-interest financing for 18 months and quick ship delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Before you make plans, download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app.
Welcome back. 6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Wisconsin's National Guard will have to protect two capitals at once, the U.S. Capitol and Wisconsin's. The state's sending 500 troops to join the 15,000 others in D.C. for President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. They're also working here at home. Governor Evers has called them to protect the state capitol over the next week. The FBI has warned all 50 state capitals of possible armed protests leading up to the inauguration. Investigators believe some of the people could be from extremist groups. And in Madison, you might notice your usual mail drop box is gone. That's because the U.S. Postal Service has removed some of its blue collection boxes near the Capitol as a precaution. A spokesperson tells us it's out of an abundance of caution to prevent damage to equipment.
The Senate won't be holding President Trump's impeachment trial until his term ends. That's according to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. The House voted to impeach the president on Wednesday for inciting an insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. It would take at least 17 Republican yes votes to reach the two-thirds majority needed to convict President Trump. He is the first president in U.S. history to be impeached twice.
The Milwaukee ATF is offering $5,000 if you can help them identify the this person of interest. They believe the person could help their arson investigation related to the protests in Kenosha. It happened Monday, August 24th, one day after Officer Rustin Chesky shot and paralyzed Jacob Blake.
Breaking overnight, the federal government has executed its second prisoner this week. Corey Johnson was executed last night and convicted of killing 7 people in 1992 as part of the drug trade in Virginia. Johnson had argued the court should postpone his execution because of his recent COVID diagnosis. He is the 12th inmate put to death under the Trump administration. There had been no executions for the 17 years prior.
President-elect Biden is expected to name Jamie Harrison as the next DNC chairman. Harrison is a former South Carolina Democratic Party chair and 2020 Senate candidate. He will still need to be elected by DNC members. They plan on meeting virtually next week after Inauguration Day.
100 million shots in 100 days. That's the vaccination plan President-elect Joe Biden plans to introduce today. Biden has already introduced his COVID relief plan. That includes a total of $2,000 in stimulus payments, aid to small businesses and local governments, and money to speed up the COVID testing and vaccine distribution process.
Girl Scout cookie season, all going virtual this year. The organization will host virtual cookie booths in the coming months. It's partnering with Grubhub to help deliver all your favorite cookies contact-free. And there's a new cookie in the lineup this year, the Toast Yay. It looks and tastes like French toast.
How about that? Sounds kind of good. So the city of Janesville's winter weather emergency is no longer in effect. It tweeted a statement overnight saying that the snow didn't fall as heavily as they'd anticipated, so crews wrapped up at 1:30 this morning. It had been put into effect around 10 o'clock last night.
We want to take another look at the roads right now as you get ready to head out the door. Photojournalist Mark Schilling is out and about around town this morning. We've seen mainly wet road conditions so far, but there are some slick spots on some of those areas, side streets and neighborhoods. Taking a look at the First Warn traffic maps right now, we don't have any major incidents to speak of, just a few delays in and around the downtown area, but drive times moving along just fine. That's your First Warn traffic.
And just within the last 5 minutes, the National Weather Service in La Crosse has canceled that winter weather advisory for southwestern Wisconsin as well. So no counties remain under any advisories right now. Pretty quiet on the radar map, but there is the potential still for some light freezing drizzle or a little bit of flurry activity as we go through the day today. Our temperatures are starting out pretty close to the freezing point this morning. We're going to hold nearly steady in the low to mid 30s through the day. Again, that patchy freezing drizzle is possible. As we look ahead to this weekend, some light snow again returns tonight into Saturday with some minor accumulations possible.
Thank you, Hattie. And we want to take one more opportunity this morning to thank everyone, past and present, who's been a part of this show over the last 30 years, both on the air, behind the scenes, everybody. You have made this program into what it is. We're filling some pretty big shoes here on the morning show, and we're proud to do it. Thanks to you all. Have a good weekend, everybody.